Hi guys, I am Preetham Sahu. 6 years ago, I joined Google. I work as a technology lead for global partners. By the end of this video, you will understand what it truly takes to survive and grow inside a FANG company, not just as an employee, but as a learner, leader, and a builder who never stops evolving. You will discover the mindset that rewrites you, the system that helps you thrive in a high velocity environment, and the simple, powerful lessons that transforms imposter syndrome into growth. Because Google doesn't change your career, it reprograms the way you think, learn, and lead. Now, walking into Google for the first time didn't feel like joining a company. It felt like stepping into a kingdom made of code, curiosity, and where every wall hums with innovation and every corridor whispers, think bigger, think 10x. Everywhere you look, brilliance moves fast, ideas fly, people build the future before the breakfast. And in the middle of that, I carried something quieter, an echo that said, maybe you don't belong here. That was the imposter syndrome, the uninvited companion that sits beside me in every meeting I went, whispering doubts just loud enough to shackle my confidence. But what I didn't realize is that Google was never built by people who knew it all. It was built by people who chose to learn it all, but by builders who turned fear into fuel, questions into breakthroughs, uncertainty into growth. 6 years later, I learned that the real test at Google, whether you can keep up with the pace of innovation or not, it is whether you can keep evolving with it, and that changed everything for me. Chapter 1, the culture that rewrites you. Google doesn't give you just a desk. It gives you a mirror, one that asks you every single day rather, who you want to become next. In most companies, you are told what to do. At Google, you are asked what you think. Here is the curiosity, and this is the currency at Google. Questions are louder than answers, and your real value isn't what you know, it is how fast you can learn what you don't know exactly. When I joined, I brought in a solid background in databases, but within weeks and months, I was exposed to technologies and systems that I have never imagined in the past. During the pandemic time, I was given the chance to lead virtual desktop infrastructure, VDI momentum in India, helping our team and our partners and external clients to transform seamlessly into remote operations. Later, I upskilled myself to learn Gen AI, supporting clients as they stepped into the entirely new technology disruption era. Each of these moments taught me something very profound. Google doesn't reward comfort, it rewards curiosity. It is not a place where you arrive fully informed. It's a place where you keep building yourself. Over the time, the mindset changed me completely. It taught me to cut the noise and focus on what truly moves the needle. Own my calendar so my days don't overwhelm me and don't own me and burden me. Show up each day some progress, not the perfection. Turn fear into fuel whenever imposter syndrome tries to whisper in my ear. Because at Google, no one asks you to be perfect. They ask you to be intentional and accountable. Chapter 2, Technology as the Living System. Working at Google feels like standing inside a living, breathing organism, a global engine that never sleeps at all. It's a symphony of scale, speed, precision, where millions of lines of code power billions of lives every single day. Every project, every design review, every system architecture pushes you to think beyond the obvious. How do you design for billions, not thousands here? Not a joke. How do you anticipate failures before they happen? How do you create something that becomes invisible because it is so reliable? At Google, scale forces you to think in new dimensions. It is not about engineering, it's imagination married to discipline. It is the art of building something so resilient that the world forgets it could fail. Over the time, I learned to stop thinking like a techie, start thinking like a custodian of the global systems. Because here, one small line of a code can change the world, how they search, learn, or connect. That responsibility rewired my judgment. It stretches your imagination and humbles your ego. The technology, I realized, is just built. It is crafted with humility, rigor, and boldness all at once. And the people who thrive here are not the ones who chase credit. They are the ones who are chasing the clarity. Chapter 3, Growth by Design, not by accident. At Google, growth doesn't happen by accident. It happens by design. You are surrounded by a world-class talent, an endless learning platform, and the ocean of resources, and none of them means anything if you don't take accountability or ownership. That's the unspoken rule at Google. Google gives you everything but expects everything from you as well. It expects ownership of the learning, of your calendar, your mindset, and your outcome. Early in my journey, I realized complaining won't solve anything. So instead of saying this doesn't work, I began thinking and asking, how can I make this better and make it working? That single question changed the way I operate. Because growth at Google isn't about knowing the answers, it's about owning the problems. I started treating my career like a system. Daily self-screening, exploring new tools, framework and mental models. Reducing noise, replacing busy work with meaningful execution, feedback without ego, learning to see feedback as a fertilizer, not a fire. Growth mindset, choosing the possibility over fear, even when things got uncomfortable. Every small decision compounded, every improvement stacked, every challenge became a classroom in disguise. And over the years, the quiet learner, once who self-doubted himself, grew into a confident builder, someone trusted to lead with the database initiatives, VDI transitions and the GenAI adoptions for client, navigating the disruptive era. That's the secret of Google's growth culture. It doesn't level up your skills, it levels up your standard. Chapter 4. Surviving in a high velocity environment. Let's be honest, Google is inspiring, but it is also very intense. And the pace can overwhelm anyone who tries to outrun it. The projects are ambitious, the expectations are high, and the timelines are very tight. So the only way to thrive here is to build a system that protects your sanity and sharpens your focus. Over the time, I discovered 4 survival habits that changed everything for me. Number 1, do your best every day. Not perfect, not heroic, just be consistent. Some days you will move the mountains, some days you will just move small pebbles. But consistency, not the intensity, compounds growth. Number 2, own your calendar. If you don't guard your hours, someone else will. I began blocking time for deep work, reflection and learning because creativity and clarity doesn't happen by accident, they happen by design. Number 3, quiet the noise. Not everything matters, not every opinion deserves space in your head. Not every urgency is your emergency. Learning to say no is very important as you are trying to upskill or learning code. Number 4, rewrite the imposter syndrome. Whenever my mindset whispered, maybe you don't belong here, I learned to respond with action. Learn more, do more, grow more, not to prove to anyone, but to evolve beyond who I was yesterday. Those 4 principles became my survival system. They kept me grounded when everything around me was moving at a lightning speed. And more importantly, they helped me find peace in the middle of ambition. Chapter 5, lessons that stay forever. After 6 years, I realized something very profound. Google doesn't teach you how to build a great technology. It teaches you how to build yourself. It taught me that success isn't a title, promotion, or an award. It's a discipline of showing up every single day when no one is watching you. A discipline of refining your thinking, your system, and your deep focus. A discipline of chasing the version of yourself that just stay one step ahead. When I look back, I don't remember the job titles. I remember the transformations. From leading VDI momentum in India to being trusted advisor with database GenAI initiatives, from earning Cloud Club Award and getting promoted in 2022 to writing a book on GenAI and contributing to the developer community in Google was a massive through blogs and talks for me. And every milestone was a proof that growth is a choice you make every day. And here's the truth, no one at Google holds your hand, but everyone will cheer when you take accountability and ownership. That's the real growth mindset. Not waiting for opportunities, but creating those opportunities by yourself. Chapter 6. Mindset that shifts everything. When you spend years inside Google, one thing becomes very clear. The biggest upgrade you will ever get isn't the promotion or a raise. It's a mindset upgrade. You start seeing problems differently. You stop reacting and start designing. You stop asking, why me? And start asking, what I can build from this. You realize leadership is not about titles or teams. It's about taking ownership of your outcomes, of your learnings and your growth. Because the truth is, no one else owns your career, but you do. You are the project, you are the product, and the only person who can scale you is you yourself. Google didn't just shape my career, it shaped my character. It taught me the leadership with responsibility that learning never ends. And the best way to predict the future is to build yourself. So wherever you are in the journey, be the learner, be the builder, be the leader who owns their own path with conviction and curiosity. Because in the end, the real legacy Google lives in you isn't about the projects you build. It's about the person you became while building them. Hey, if you have not met me, I am Preetham. I have started this new channel on AI and I happen to be a TEDx speaker as well. And I wrote a book, Demystifying Generative AI, for everyday people. Do check for links in the description below and stay tuned to my channel for more such updates in the world of technology, especially AI and Gen AI. Thank you for watching.